So you're ready to go to MEPS, but now you're scared because you don't know what's gonna happen. I bet you guys have been hearing a lot of horror stories about MEPS. You guys been searching YouTube how to pass MEPS, but on today's video, I'm going to give you tips and tricks and hacks, however you want to call it, on how to pass MEPS on your first try. How do I know this information? Because I was an Army recruiter and I know everything from the inside out. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to tell you is if you are up to this point that you are ready to go to MEPS, right now is not the time for you to quit. Okay, so do not quit, stay focused, and I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna pass this. Okay, all right, so the first thing that's gonna happen is I'm pretty sure you are going to be staying in a hotel the night before, right? So they're gonna wake you up the next morning at 5 o'clock in the morning, maybe 4:30, I don't know, and then they're gonna bus you down to MEPS, right? So the first thing they're gonna do is you're gonna do your check-in, you're gonna go through a metal detector and all that good stuff. You're gonna sign in, you're gonna sit down in the waiting room, and they will do the in brief. So they're gonna tell you what's gonna happen the day of, just so you guys know which stations you're gonna be hitting, like right after the other one. So the first one is, it should be vision and hearing. So they need to check your eyesight, including your blindness. Make sure you're not colorblind or any of that. And then also your hearing. Your hearing is very, very important during your MEPS day. Okay, then you're gonna do your height and weight. I'm pretty sure if you are up to this point to go to MEPS, do your physical for enlistment, I'm pretty sure you are height and weight compliant with all the services, so you should be fine, unless you are right at the borderline that you have to get taped. I don't know, but hopefully you don't have any issues with the height and weight. So the next part is your physical assessment. You're going to participate in functional exercises. They're going to put you guys in a line. They're going to tell you to move your joints, your hands, your elbows, and all those crazy movements. They probably want to tell you to do a dog walk, or maybe, I don't know, walk on your heels or walk on your toes. I don't know, pretty much. So you can get the picture. The dog walk is very simple. It's similar as like a catcher, like a baseball catcher. Hold on, so you can take a look. So pretty much you're gonna do this. You're gonna squat down, and then you're just gonna walk like this, pretty much. Okay, and then they will tell you to do this type of movements, and then all those type of upper extremities movement, pretty much. Okay, and then they're gonna check your neck and all that good stuff. And then you will do your physical examination with the doctor. The doctor's gonna check if you have any scars, any part of your body that looks weird, like scars or moles, all that stuff, rash on your skin, and all that. So that part is very, very important, because if you have any type of scar that you did not disclose to your recruiter, and they see it, they probably gonna ask you what happened. So my advice to you is, if you have a little scar on your knee, maybe on your elbow, maybe, I don't know, on your head or whatever, my advice to you is tell the doctor that you don't remember what happened there. Maybe you were a kid, you hit yourself riding your bike or whatever. Come up with something, but don't be telling them any crazy stuff. Okay, unless you already disclose it to your recruiter, they should know, because they need to send a pre-screening to MEPS before even you arriving, so they already know what's going on. But if it's like a little small scar on your knee, on your elbow, just come up with something. Tell them that, I don't know, it happens when you were a kid or something like that. And then also you will provide a sample, a urine sample, for drug testing, HIV, AIDS, and all that, those disease. So that's very important before you join the service. Now they're gonna do a background check on you, and this part is very important, because when I was a recruiter, I used to have a lot of issues with applicants when we send them down to MEPS, because we run their fingerprints and nothing come up, pretty much with a clean rap, no issues, no felonies, no misdemeanor or any of that. But if your background check came back clean, and let's see, for example, you have a driving infraction like a stop sign or red light or whatever, and your recruiter didn't disclose that on your record before you go into MEPS, you will have to get that information on the spot because they will have to put that in there. So your day of MEPS is going to be very, very long. So I highly recommend you, if you remember to have any type of traffic ticket, you disclose that to your recruiter prior to you going to MEPS. Because believe me, your day of MEPS, it will be long. Yes, it'll be long. Okay, so make sure you disclose all that to your recruiter. Also, when they're doing the background check, they're gonna ask you for references, like your neighbor, your whatever family member. So just make sure that information is accurate before you go to MEPS as well, because if you didn't disclose that to your recruiter, if you didn't give them the right information, it's gonna be a long day for you as well at MEPS. So make sure you have the right people, right first name, right last name, addresses, and phone numbers. That is very important. So after you finish all of that, I cannot speak for all the MEPS stations, but a lot of the when they're doing the security interviews, they probably gonna scare you or something. They're probably gonna come up with something saying, if you are lying to us, you going to jail, this and that. You're not going to jail, okay? Don't get scared. You're not going to jail. The worst thing that can happen is they're gonna kick you out of MEPS and you will not process. So relax, chill, okay? That day is not the day for you to quit, okay? So stay focused, just follow the instruction from your recruiter and you'll be just fine. All right, so first thing first, vision and hearing. You're gonna hit those stations. They're gonna do your eye exam. They're gonna do your hearing test, making sure you can see and hear well. Then you're gonna do your height and weight, which is pretty obvious. Pretty sure you did that before even going to MEPS. I guess you did that on your recruiting station. Physical assessment, the functional exercises. You're gonna move your joint, your neck. You're gonna do the dog walk and heel toes and all that good stuff. Okay. Then you're gonna do your physical examination. That's when the doctor's gonna go over everything. They're gonna see everything. They're gonna see your skin. They're gonna see everything for females and males. They're gonna see everything. Okay. Make sure you let them know what's going on with you. Hopefully you disclose everything to your recruiter. That way the doctor's it's not gonna see any surprises, but you will be fine. And then obviously your HIV, AIDS, and drug test is very important as well. I think I have another video in regards to the drug test at MEPS because it's very important. Just make sure you go back. I'm gonna try to leave the link in the description so you can go watch that video as well. But that's one of the most important things, the drug test, because if you fail that drug test, depending on the service, usually is a 6 to 12 months wait, and you don't want to do that. So if you think you are borderline in the drug test, I highly recommend you don't go to MEPS, because if it took you 3 months to pass the ASVAB and then you fail the drug test at MEPS, it's going to take you about 6 to 12 months on top of the 3 months. So do the right thing. Make sure you are good to go to MEPS. If you feel like you feel that you think the doctor will find something, it's a little bit late now, because now they run your social security number and they know everything as far as your medical record goes. Even when you were born, if you took any type of medication, they will see it. But I'm pretty sure your recruiter did a good job on you. So just stay focused, don't quit, and you got this, okay? If you found this helpful, make sure you drop a comment, hit a like, hit subscribe, share it with your friends, and see you on the next one. Good luck.